A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
The Athletic Department wished to thank the following sponsors for their generous support of Union City Athletics. 3M Excavating, Botkin Trophies and Laser Engraving, the City of Union City, join the movement. Best Way Disposal, Cardinal Ethanol, Citizen State Bank, Double Z Home Improvement, Eco Vehicle Systems, Equus Consulting Group, Frank Miller Lumber Company, Hydrojet Signs Fabricating and Glass Components, Midwest Bankers Home Loan Expert, Derek Huntwork, Tree Hill Farms, real food made simple, Wiley Well Drilling, Woodcrest Lanes, the Smoke and Pin Barbecue, Didier Do-It-Best Home and Hardware, Kearns Brothers, the Union City Lions Club, Packasack, RL Painting and Manufacturing, Shuckney Electric Heating and Cooling. Now we take you to Union City Gymnasium courtside for tonight's broadcast
of our national anthem. Introducing the lineups, first for the Union Rockets. Number 20, George Barnes. The starting lineup for the Rockets. A 6'4" senior, number 40, Champ Ellis. A 6' guard and a junior, number 4, Braden Adams. A 5'7" sophomore, number 12, Gage Rice. A 6' sophomore, number 22, Memphis McCaffrey. And a 6' sophomore, number 32, Noah Powers. The Rockets are coached by Mr. Brian Clark. The lineup for your Union City Indians: number 12, Jude Connor; number 22, Hunter Clay; number 24, Camden LaFuse; number 32, Connor Walser; number 42, Angel Nieto. And now your starting lineup for the Indians: a 5'9" junior, number 10, Rylan Moat; a 5'7" senior, number 14, Saren Cantu; a 5'9" junior, number 20, Anthony Velasquez; a 6'1" senior, number 30, Hunter Reagan; and a 6'5" senior, the man in the middle, number 50, Elijah Galper. The Indians are coached by Mr. Tom Byram.
And we want to welcome everybody to the Union City Gymnasium. It's the boys' turns time now to take on the Union Rockets here at the Randolph County Tournament in the opening round of the Randolph County Tournament here that's taking place here in Union City and in Winchester and in Monroe Central 3 days around. But we're going to get ready for the tip-off here as we'll let PA announcer Rick Lacey continue his mention his
Principal Neil Adams and our
bring this up.
coaches stand with and support our officials. These individuals have committed their time to our student athletes, and we appreciate their efforts and sacrifices. Fans, if you feel the need to express your displeasure with our officials, please note that your actions will be an absolute contradiction to the values and beliefs of Union City Junior Senior High School. Please join me in applause for our game officials and their commitment to education-based athletics.
Yeah, this year something new. They're praising officials.
Let's play ball.
Everybody not jump on the officials like the crowd can tend to do. Getting ready to jump. Here we go with Union City action against Union Rockets. And I tell you, Champ Ellis, that's the stud of the Union Rockets at 33.7 a game in the conference that they're in, the Mid-Eastern Conference. So Union City's going to have a tall order to stop Champ Ellis, the senior from Union. So we're going to take a look at that as Anthony Velasquez hits his first three, getting Union City on the board there. Let me bring Rick down. Sorry about that. And Union's going to bring about Union City with immediately a pressure from Coach Byram as he decides to pressure the balls. They're bringing the ball out. And now the Indians set up there. We have Cantu, Moat, Velasquez, Cowper, and Reagan in for your Indians. That's going to be a key matchup. They're putting Reagan on Champ Ellis. Now there's a good switch by Velasquez. Looks like they're going to be pretty busy tonight, try to keep his 33.7 points down. Nice shot from Union here from the right side. No good. Ellis fighting for the rebound. Rylan Moat comes up with it. Looks up top. Here's Velasquez. He's going to take one from the left side now. He nails it. Boy, Anthony Velasquez, he wants to win this one right away, hitting 2 threes right off the bat from both sides of the line. And Union City, looks like it, it's a good call. I thought it might have been an over and back. They're trying to get the ball in there. A little bit of pressure, and here come the Union Rockets. Union averaging 47.5 a game, and when you're thinking you got a stud like Champ Ellis at 33.7, that's only about, 14 more points left to go. So the second scorer in line is Braden Adams at 6 points a game. So if the Indians can stop Champ Ellis, they got a good way of going to that next round into the tournament. Of course, the championship game will be at Monroe Central. Regardless if Union City's in it, we will be carrying both championship games of the girls and boys on K.I.S.S TV here Saturday night at 4 and 8 o'clock, respectively. Of course, it's going to cut into the NFL playoffs, but we'll get through it. Ellis drives to the bucket, guarded by Cowper, and there you go. And Coach Byram wants a 30-second timeout right away. He's unhappy about something. And he's getting on the team about something, so Coach Byram unhappy. And we'll see how it pans out, but Union City's got a 6-2 lead thanks to Anthony Velasquez hitting a 3 from the right side baseline and a 3 from the left side baseline, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. So I tell you what, it's going to be a long night for the Union Rockets if Velasquez is going to hit from the perimeter. And one good note as well, there was a question whether senior Zarin Cantu, and he's about 13.7 a game in the Tri-Eastern Conference and for the Indians. But there was a question whether he might be eligible to play or not because of COVID situation. But apparently he was cleared to play, so that's going to be a key thing for the Indians because Cantu is a very integral part of this Union City team. Here's Velasquez over to Moat. Cantu. Velasquez looking inside. Reagan, one dribble, guarded by Ellis. Reagan goes up. Nice defense by number 4. Braden Adams, but Cowper put it up and in right there to collect the garbage off the bucket. So there's the press right there. Ellis getting hounded by Moat and Reagan. Cantu, great steal, and it went out of bounds. So Union's going to have to – looks like they're going to worry about that. Here we're 6 minutes in left in the first quarter, and Union City's full court pressing every time. So probably a smart coaching move to get Union City a little bit on their heels and see if they can't create some turnovers. But like I said, I think the key is just being able to stop Ellis, and that's going to be a tall order for Reagan. And Ellis looking down deep to Adams, throws it out of bounds. A little miscommunication there. They looked at each other and realized, my bad. Here comes Riley Moat now for the Indians. Cantu. Over to Moat. Moat's the guard that will run the offense for the Indians. Looking inside to Reagan. Reagan, nice bounce passing. Great bucket by Hunter Reagan. Nobody really guarding him, so Reagan was probably surprised that he had that much openness to the lane. Here comes the Rockets. Ooh, he took a step. Yep, they got him for it. So turnover Union, and already the Indians are looking to go up 10 with 5:31 to go here in this first contest of the Randolph County Tournament in the boys session. Last night, of course, the girls were victorious over the Randolph County team of the Randolph Southern Rebels. I'll get to my Randolphs straightened up. But they will advance and play Winchester Lady Golden Falcons tomorrow at the Fieldhouse, and K.I.S.S will be there to broadcast that game as well, so stay tuned. And meanwhile, Cowper turns around. Boy, I tell you what, the Indians are looking real sharp here after being a little rusty, and it's been a long time since a lot of these teams have been able to play, so I was concerned that both teams might be a little cold and take them a while to warm up, but Union City's answered the call because they have been hitting left and right here from the perimeters and inside. So this might be a long night for Union if they don't stop the Indians, and they need to get Ellis heated up. But Cantu, great defensive awareness, ends up in Moat's hands. Cantu's going to take one from the left side three, and he sinks it. Boy, Union City 3 for 3 from the three-point range, and that's got to upset Coach Carmody because he's got to do something to figure out a defense to get out on these Indians shooters because they are lights out right now by a score of 15-2 with just under 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook Live, shoot us a little message. Always like to see where people are watching. We have some consistent fans that are out geographically out, but they like to tune into the K.I.S.S broadcast, so we appreciate that, of course. So if you're Coach Carmody, I mean, I don't know what you do. Tell him just kind of play a little bit stronger defense, and maybe he needs to try to go man to man and to eliminate these Indians getting open shots on the perimeters. By the time the Rockets are getting out there to defend the shot, it's already released out of the Indians' hands. So I'm sure that might be a good defensive ploy for Coach Carmody. Let's see if that's what happens if he's going to decide to play him man-to-man. And here's Rockets are taking the ball out. Adams and, boy, I tell you what, they're all over these Rockets right now, are the Indians. This is a different Indian team. I see great pass into Ellis, but stolen away. Cowper ends up with it. Here comes Riley Moat, who reached in, got away with it. Ryland's driven down Cantu on the left side. Nice inside pass to Reagan from Cantu, and they're calling steps for Reagan. Looked like a little bit of a quick whistle there, but not pivotal part of the game. That's not a problem. It happens. Hunter might have took a step, but it looked like a little too fast whistle to me. As Union's going to have nice stolen away again. Moat, nice overpass to Reagan. Velasquez over to Cantu. Cantu back to Reagan, and the Indians will set up the offense. And let's see how Union don't have a real deep bench of players, so let's see what fatigue is going to come into a factor in this game because I think the Indians can run with these kids. And Cantu, Moat, those guys do like to run. Cowper picks up his first one. Of course, that's always a concern with the Indians when you have a big man like Kaup down in the paint. He's susceptible to picking up fouls. So let's see if Kaup can have a clean game tonight for the Indians. Well, I've mentioned this before. It's just awful quiet when there's not this big of a crowd in the gym. You don't hear the cheering or anything. That kind of takes a little bit out of the game. But as we mentioned, hats off to these athletic directors to make sure that these kids have a season. As Velasquez takes the steal and drives straight to the lane. 17-2. Union has only been managed to be able to put one field goal up in the air. As far as on the scoreboard, rather. Oh, nice stolen away by Braden Adams. LeFew's getting ready to check in. So is Hunter Clay for Coach Byram. Next whistle. Well, I tell you what, Reagan hope he's got the energy because he is chasing Ellis everywhere, denying him the ball. So good assignment as Cantu steals the ball away, and here come the Indians. Over to Moat, back to Cantu. Velasquez, he's going to crank one from 3. No good. Anthony Cowper gets away with could have got a push. Looks like he was pushing Ellis a little bit, but no call. We'll take that. But last touch by Cowper, and it'll go the other way to the Rockets. And Cantu and Cowper, the seniors, will come out. As we said, Clay and LaFuse, the sophomore phenom for the Indians. Anytime Cowper comes out, they're not losing much because LaFuse is having a great career. It's a great inlet pass from Moat, stealing the ball in. LaFuse gets the ball in a quick 2 points for the sophomore. Last game the Indians have, Cowper got in foul trouble, and LaFuse came in relief, and LaFuse was a beast. So it'll be Indian ball, 19-2, looking to go up more. This might be a long night for the Rockets. They need to get some kind of offense. They need to get Champ Ellis going. But Reagan's doing a great job of shutting him down right now so far in this early part of the first quarter. I'm sure things will be settling down. Great, there's LaFuse right there for the rebound and back up and in. 2 buckets in a row. Clay picks up a foul. Yep. Clay got him with the body as Ellis was trying to bring the ball up the court. I'll tell you what, Clay drew Champ Ellis' assignment there, and looks like Champ's got about 6 inches on old Clay in height. And I'm sure that don't bother Clay. He don't care. He's like Cantu. He's a scrapper. He don't care how big you are. He'll defend you. Well, I tell you what, Indians' hands are all over this thing. I'm really impressed with the Indians' play right now. It's the early part of the first quarter. Reagan with the rebound. Baseball pass to Velasquez. Back over to Clay. What a transitional pass there. Nice fake by Clay, but he got it blocked. So great, beautiful block by number 12, Gage Rice for the Union Rockets. Clay had the right idea, tried to fake him up, but Rice had enough air still left in him to get a piece of that ball on the shot. Ooh, they're going to call Clay on another block. So 2 quick fouls on the senior, and that might have been a question one. It looked like Clay might have had his feet set, but regardless, good move by Braden Adams to pick up that foul as Cowper and Cantu check back in for Reagan and Moat. So let's see who Coach Byram chooses to put on Ellis with Reagan coming to the bench for a breather. Looks like it's going to be Velasquez. Looking inside Ellis. Great defense, boy. They're just not giving Ellis anything to do. Cantu, nice spin move, Cantu. A little too fancy, tried to get a left hand, and he lost a little bit of it, but great move by Cantu, but it didn't go in. It'll still be Indian ball. Cantu with a real quick 360 move, and he found himself underneath the bucket a little too much and just didn't get enough in there as LaFuse takes the inbound pass. Knocked out of his hands, so great defense by the Rockets. Cantu over to Velasquez, inside to LaFuse, guarded by Ellis. Good defense by Ellis. Back into Camden LaFuse. I tell you what, LaFuse is posting up Ellis. He wants the ball, and you got Cowper down there too. So it's not going to be easy for the Rockets when you got both bigs from the Indians. Velasquez, 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Union City already up 21-2. Velasquez, thanks to the three-point shooting of the Indians, that's for sure. Velasquez being one of them, he drives to the bucket, and he'll pick up the foul. Looks like that's going to be on the stud Ellis. Yep, Champ Ellis picks up his. Is that his first? Yep. And Velasquez will go to the line. So in for the Indians, you got LaFuse, Cowper, Velasquez, Clay, and Cantu. As Velasquez first one goes in. Well, Velasquez is heating up here in this first quarter, hitting 2 threes and hitting this one now. Another free throw up, and it's good. I'll tell you what, Coach Byram's having his Indians ready to play for this game tonight. Steal away. Ellis tried to get it. LaFuse up and in. I'll tell you what, Union needs to do something to get past this press of the Indians. Let's call there. Braden Adams kind of put his arm out to clear away the defender. And they were called on Clay. Boy, that's 3 quick ones on the senior Clay. And, you know, Clay's not happy with himself there. Coach Byram's trying to get his attention there. And Union Rockets will bring up the ball. Braden Adams will bring it past the timeline. Riley-Mutt's going to pick him up. And we're going to keep an eye on Velasquez and Ellis. Ellis is shot up. He's got some height on him. Easily giving up about 4 inches in height advantage on Velasquez. I'll tell you what, LaFuse ends up with that errant ball. They try to pass it inside, and LaFuse ends up with it. Here's Cantu with one from the left side on 3. No good. Cowper with the rebound. Up strong. Another rebound. Boom. Great block by Camp Ellis on Cantu. On Cowper. Cantu picks it up and puts it in. It was going so quick, it's just so hard to call this back and forth. Everything's happening so quick. But 27-2, a 25-point lead as we're under a minute now in this first quarter. Boy, another steal almost. Boy, Union City's all over these guys. Oh, what a bad pass by. They tried to get it into number 12, Gage Rice, and he just lost the handle on it out of bounds. Turnover Union, and it will be Union City ball with 41.8 left on the clock here in this first opening quarter. So Rylan Mote's going to bring the ball up past the timeline. Not in any kind of hurry. Union's content back now. Finally, we've got somebody coming up to guard Mote. It'll be Gage Rice. And Union City, obviously, Coach Byram's telling him to kind of take the last shot. So Velasquez was playing a little bit past. I'm sure they're going to start running a play with about 10 seconds left here, and we're getting ready to get into that gauge there. Here we go. Here's the play of the Indians. Who are they going to go to? Mote driving inside. Mote, nice right hand, no good. LaFuse with the rebound in the air, up and in. LaFuse. I can't say enough about this phenom sophomore that the Indians have here. Boy, his game last year was good, and it's really improved a year later as the sophomore. So he's going to be a good one to watch the next couple years as LaFuse. And there we are at the end of one, 29-2. So I tell you what, I don't know what Union's going to be able to do because Coach Byram must have done his homework because he is shutting these Rockets down. The Indians are doing a great job on defense. Got to give credit to Reagan and Velasquez for being able to shut Champ Ellis down. When he gets down deep in the paint, they're collapsing another Indian down. So he's being double-teamed, and they're doing a great job on the 33.7 points per game, leading the Mid-Eastern Conference. Next guy behind him is Hallett from Blue River at 19.3 a game. So that's the margin that Champ Ellis, and that's how much Champ Ellis means to this Union team. And I'm sure the Indians coaching staff recognizes that. So that's who you got to stop. When we mentioned earlier, 47.5 a game is what Union is currently averaging right now. And when you're Champ Ellis, 6'4 senior guard, 33.7, you do that math, that's pretty much 90% of your offense. Also, in a way, easy coaching move because shut him down. Put a couple guys on him and then make the rest of the Rockets score. As I said, the next guy behind him on the team is Braden Adams with a 6.0 point per game average. So I think it's an easy defensive strategy. Is you got to stop the big guy. It's up to the big guy to try to. It's not going to be an easy game for him. So I think every point that Ellis is going to get in this game tonight, he's going to earn it. And Velasquez still draws the assignment on Ellis. Cantu comes to help. Here's Ellis's shot up from the left side, no good. Velasquez with the rebound. Cantu's going all the way to the lane, up and in. Oh, and it goes in from the right side. 2-point bucket by Zarin Cantu, the senior, 31-2. The Union City Indians are on top. But we've talked about this before about, when you're down that much and when the other team's down, you're bringing the ball up past the 10-second line. There's no urgency to – you're beating the clock now. You got to go against the clock as part of the opponent if you're the Rockets too, as Velasquez nails another three from the right side. So that's 3 threes from Velasquez, 9 points from the perimeter. And I was saying, you just methodically, slowly taking up ball. Another steal by the Indians. Who wants it? Here's Velasquez again, looking up top to Mote. Mote's got it all alone, waiting on Gage. Nope, no good. Check that, Braden Adams, pardon me. But it was no good. Cantu, more open than they thought. Cowper with the rebound now. Boy, the Union just couldn't get that rebound at all. You have LaFuse and Cowper down there, and Cantu will sneak in and grab a rebound or 5. As Reagan gets ready to check in for Coach Byram, as well as Connor. He's going to get his first action early in the game. So good job for Jacob Connor. Boy, Ellis is just trying to earn everything he can. He's just having a bad game right now. It's Cantu 1-on-2, and he's fouled. He draw the foul. Really a whole lot you can do there. Braden Adams is going to pick up the foul there on Cantu. Keeps it from getting an easy one. Cantu will go to the line shooting 2. 36-2 is your score. Union has only managed 1 field goal here, and we're 6:31 left to go in the second quarter. I'm sure it's going to matter of time before Union starts getting into the groove and starts heating up and hitting some shots from the perimeter, because I can't imagine that this defense for the Indians can continue the way it has been, the tenacious defense here in this first 8-9 minutes of the game. Fatigue factor will fit in, I think, eventually. I'm pretty sure that Ellis is going to settle in. They'll try to get something drawn up play-wise to get him going, because I'm sure that'll help his confidence. And then if he starts getting heated up, that's got to be a concern for Union City. But when 38.2, you got to get some kind of offense going, or this is going to be a long night for the Rockets already. Reagan checks back in for Velasquez. As I said, Connor's in as well, and he came in for Cantu. Stolen away by Mote. Mote's going up, and he draws the foul. So nice move by Mote going in on the left side, and Mote will go to the line shooting 2. That, again, another foul is going to be called on Braden Adams. Nothing really you can do. You don't want to score the easy two, so you can't fault the young man Adams for trying to play the best defense and making sure if you're going to foul him, make sure they don't make it. So Moat will shoot two. And it's in. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Moat sinks this one. The Indians will have scored 40 points in about 9 minutes. It's because we got 6:19 just in the second quarter. And next one in out, no good. Who's going to come away with it? Cowper had it and he got back, and I think Cowper might have just picked up foul number 2. Yep, Cowper got a little too pushy on that. Pushed the Rocket. That's the second one on Cowper. Ellis will bring the ball up, but again, they're taking their time. You know, you're down 37 points early in the game. I think there'd be a little bit more urgency of rushing to get up. And they're looking there. Reagan's going to pick up the assignment now on Ellis. Ellis is going to take a deep three, and he nails it. So great bucket to get Ellis on the board, and I think that's going to give that young man a vote of confidence. He's going to start trying to find, that wasn't an easy three either, but he sunk it. So Ellis has got to understand when you're scoring 33-7 a game, you're going to get that kind of defensive play from any opponent. So your buckets aren't going to be easy. And looking down at young man Ellis, he's got a frustrated look on his face. I'm sure he's probably a team leader, and I'm sure he wants to win this game, and he's a little frustration right now because I'm sure this deep into the game he's not used to having his team down. He's not used to having his first bucket right there. So we'll see if Union settles out, comes out of this timeout, and we'll see what Coach Byram does to counter that, because I'm sure he's telling his troops, and you don't want this to start happening for the Rockets. This might get a little closer than the Indians care to have it done if Ellis starts eating up. Moat will bring the ball. We have Moat, LaFuse, Connor, and Cowper, and Reagan. 2 sophomores, a junior, and 2 seniors. As Cowper's going to take one from the left side. So from the big man hitting a little outside, and unexpected, but we'll take it, 41-5. 5:44 left to go in this first half. They're going to call a block on LaFuse. Couldn't get there in time as Ellis tried to get the ball. So I think if you're Union, you want the ball. If I was Champ Ellis, maybe you try to penetrate and get fouls and drawn on you as often as you can to get that team foul up. Union City already at 16 fouls, so the next one will be a 1-on-1 situation. And that's what Union Rockets need to do is get these Indians in some kind of foul trouble to send the Rockets to the line so they can try to eat into this lead, this huge lead that the Indians have while the clock is stopped and they're at the line. They have to convert that too. That'd be a strategy definitely the Rockets might have to look at. Adams. McCaffrey back to number 12, Rice. Ellis now. Guarded by Reagan. In trouble. He got it out there. That McCaffrey, number 12. Rice goes up and draws a foul. You're going to call that one on. So that's on number 12, Jacob Connor. Jude Connor, excuse me. Mistakenly called him Jacob. Jude. I was right with the letter. It's a J. J. Connor. How about that? Yep. Picks up at first. And, in and out by Rice. No good. Cantu and LaFuse check right back in for Coach Byron for Cowper and Moat. So Cowper will come to the bench, get a breather. Cowper is the only one Indian really in foul trouble, I'd say, with 2 fouls there, but you got to watch out on the big man. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, LaFuse, you're not losing a whole lot when Cowper comes out because LaFuse, right there, picks up a rebound. So totally impressed. LaFuse's game has really improved from last year. Clay's back in now as well with those 3 fouls. So I guess they do have 1 Indian in foul trouble. Clay with 3. Clay over to Connor. Connor will take it to the point, back to Cantu, and they're calling 3 seconds on LaFuse. That's what the call is. Smile on the young man's face, like, whoops. That's okay. Not a whole lot to yell about or whatever. I mean, you're still going to be a coach and everything, but when you're up 36 points, little mistake like that, a little mental error, LaFuse knows better than that. Not going to get a whole lot of chewing out by the coach there. As nice drive to the bucket by Braden Adams for a quick 2. 41-7. Cantu brings the ball up past the timeline. Here's Connor back to Cantu. Clay drives inside, kicks out to Connor. Connor's going to take one just inside the 3-point bucket. Air ball, a little too long, a little too much on that one, Connor. Here comes Ellis for the Rockets. Ellis, little fadeaway back jumper. No good. Cantu's trying to get the ball, but nice rush in there by Braden Adams to try to get that ball rebound, but last touch by Adams. It'll be Union City ball. So here's Cantu. Connor. LaFuse looking to post downside. You got Reagan at the foul line. Connor's going to take a three. No good, but Reagan, great wherewithal to know where the ball was. And no, they're going to call Cantu for a travel. Great rebound by Reagan. Kicked it to Clay, back to Cantu, but Cantu took a step. Again, if I was Coach Carmody, I'd be like, look, guys, we're down this much. We need to get the ball up quicker when we take it out. And Ellis is going to take a deep three, nothing but air. It might have got tipped by Reagan. And here's Cantu. Reagan, I think he got away with the travel. Clay. Union City in a man-to-man, of course. Or excuse me, Union in a man-to-man. Reagan. Reagan's going to take one just inside the free throw line. No good, in and out. Nice rebound by Powers of the Rockets, and here comes Ellis. Boy, I tell you what, Ellis gets his own rebound, K.I.S.S up. He's got to earn every one we talked about. Reagan comes away with it, but Ellis is trying to fight for every point he can get. And I hope they can give that young man a rest because it looks like he's starting to fatigue. Ellis is trying to do it all, and he looks pretty tired.
Entering the lineup for the Indians,
Jordan Walzer, our man Walls' brother, checked in. Connor Walzer. I'll tell you what, if you know anything about Walzer, he's one of Union City's elite runners in cross country. For you Union City historians, Charles Hall. That's his goal, is to try to beat Charles Hall's record. And I tell you what, the young man's a sophomore, and he just might do it. And Hall, of course, you know anything about Charles Hall, the legendary runner of Union City. Just got beat at the state final by a dive by his opponent, or Hall would have been a state champion cross country. So Connor's looking to follow in Hall's footsteps, and hopefully good luck to the young man, but he's in right now playing some basketball. Clay will take the ball out. Reagan's trying to pick LaFuse. LaFuse's ball, guarded by Ellis. LaFuse, nice spin move, no good, gets his own rebound. Double team, back up, gets Ellis off his feet. Wise play by Ellis to back off, and LaFuse not pick up a foul. It's a smart play by the Rocket senior. And you see, looking at the young man Ellis, he's frustrated. I know he's not used to having a game like this, and I'm sure he's trying to figure out a way to something to get his team back into this game. Walzer. LaFuse, nice step move, and he's off balance, almost went in. And here comes Adams now. Picked up by Walzer. Right past Walzer and inside. And they're going to call LaFuse with a block. Yep, they're going to call LaFuse with a block. I don't know, there may have been a little movement in Cameron. So Adams will go to the line shooting two. 41-7 is your score with 2:17 left here in the first half. What kind of shoes that young man got on there? Gage Rice, need a tight shot of those shoes. Those are some pretty fancy shoes he's got down there. Second shot up. Off the back plate. Great rebound by Champ Ellis. Turns around, up, no good. Little back plate action as well. A little too hard on the rim. Here come the Indians now. Connor and Walzer both in, the young men, and getting some varsity minutes. Walzer's going to take a two-pointer right inside the line. Yes, these young men don't play a lot of varsity. So they get the ball. Hey, let's throw it up. 41-7, why not? Walzer, boy, Ellis is doing everything he can to get his team back into the game. And I'll tell you what, that was interesting to see as Reagan hits a left-handed layup. One of his teammates tried to pick Ellis off the ground, and Ellis shook him off. So I'm sure the young men are frustrated. You got to be frustrated if you're Ellis, because I think you're sitting at about 3 points right now. A nice pass inside of the Rockets, but Ellis couldn't convert. Reagan's gritting it for the defense. Ellis is fighting for everything. It would not go in. And got some Rocket fans behind me a little unhappy with the play, or maybe the refereeing. I think they probably wanted a call down there, but
entering the lineup for the Indians,
Angel Nieto checks in. Or Nieto, he'll check in. So for Coach Byram, you have Reagan, Walzer, LaFuse, Clay, and Nieto. Here's Clay on those 3 fouls. Back to Walzer. 1:14 left to go in this first half. Looking inside Nieto. Nice cut by Nieto. Oh, just couldn't miss it. What a beautiful play. Caught the Rockets sleeping back on the baseline. Here's Ellis now. He's going to take a three over Reagan. No good. Right side of the rim. It's just not Champ Ellis's night. He comes up against a defense that knows how to play him in this tournament right now. Reagan between the legs. Guarded fiercely by McCaffrey. Walls, if you're the Indians, just kind of eat some clock. Thought Clay might have taken a three there. Reagan getting a call in from Coach Byram. I think they're going to run a little bit of clock off. Under 20 seconds here left to go in the first half. Indians once again for the last shot. Let's see who's going to take it. Vegas says it's going to be LaFuse. As they're setting up a play now. LaFuse looking to spin off baseline. Clay's going to take one from three. No good. Nice rebound by Walser. He puts it up in time, but it's way off. No good. And at the end of the first half, I tell you what, 7 points by the Union Rockets and 43 by the Union City. So Union City is able to shut down the stud Champ Ellis 33.7 average in the Mid-Eastern Conference. And Union City has made that a priority to shut down Ellis. And he's had a minimal 3 points is what I got him unofficially. So it's got to be frustrating to the young man. So both teams are back in the locker room. We're going to take a break and do some reboot. You're watching KISS TV, and you're watching the Randolph County Tournament, the opening round for the boys section this time, the Union Rockets versus the Union City Indians on KISS TV. We'll be back.
Last components, Citizen State Bank, Eco Vehicle Systems, Midwest Bankers Mortgage Services, Equus Consulting Group, Frank Miller Lumber Company, Best Way of Indiana, Cardinal Ethanol, Wiley Well Drilling, Woodcrest Lanes, and the Smokin' Pin Barbecue, Double Z Home Improvement, Kearns Brothers, Packasack, Didier Home and Hardware, RL Painting and Manufacturing, Botkin Trophies and Laser Engraving, the City of Union City, 3M Excavating, the Union City Lions Club, Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling, and Shockney Electric. Again, thank you to our corporate sponsors.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
From all across the state,
Rushville,
South Bend, Washington, Lakeland High School,
Culver Academies, North Vermilion.
we represent 160,000 student athletes.
We are the voices
of 410 member school athletes.
The IHSAA Student Advisory Committee is made up of 18 student athletes who organize the Student Leadership Conference and participate in state championship events as award presenters in many different roles.
We represent you.
We are the IHSAA Student Advisory Committee.
Pure spirit, pure sport,
Pure Indiana.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, I hope the new year is treating you well, and congratulations to the IHSAA member institutions and staff and fans. We seem to have had a pretty successful holiday sports competition season that took place the last couple of weeks.
We did, and our student athletes were out there competing, which is what they love to do, of course. But our tournament docket was full over the Christmas holiday, and that period of time between New Year's and Christmas, or Christmas and New Year's, has become a time to get some games in, get some contests in, and the pressures of the school are gone. They're not worried about their algebra exam at that particular time.
Right.
They can just focus on their sport, and it's really become a kind of a special time in Indiana.
During football, we talked about the benchmark of like 95% of contests were played. Do you have an idea of where we are here in the winter sports season, how that's gone relative to what happened in the fall?
I think we're running a little bit below 95. As a matter of fact, I know we are. But we're still running 90% plus of competition. And that's due to nothing more than moving indoors. And, the term that we've used a lot is out of an abundance of caution, I think, which is a good thing right now. And I think as we moved indoors, I think people have approached their safety protocols differently because it certainly looks different than outside. And, and that's kind of what we're seeing. Schools are still being safe. We're still shutting down when it becomes necessary, but we still have a lot of games going on.
There are a lot of games, and I think in one large respect has been the cooperation between the schools, the coaches, the ADs, and everybody. Everyone wants to play. They understand you have to be willing to compromise. You can't have it the way you normally would in terms of scheduling. You have to make allowances now.
That's exactly right. And it comes with flexibility with scheduling. Our schools have had to move games, not maybe because they're unable to play, but their opponent may be unable to play. And, that's just kind of what our folks have become accustomed to. I think we said a couple of years ago, it's kind of like the springtime, as far as it's just not raining, but we're scheduling games and rescheduling contests at the same rate. I was looking at some schedules this morning, and in all of our sports, it's going to be busy between now and tournament time for everything that we participate in the wintertime.
Paul Neidig with us. We're talking about all things IHSAA. You want to talk about tournaments? Think about this date, January 24th for the girls' pairing show. How about that?
It's here. It's that time, and those dreams of winning a state championship are starting to ramp up, especially on the girls' side. And Bob, you'll come into our studio here and do an excellent show as you always do, and students and coaches and parents will watch with bated breath to be able to figure out who they're going to play and what their tournament draw looks like, and it's always a special time of the year.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversation about the IHSAA. Commissioner, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for all you do, and have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Bob, and we certainly appreciate you, and Happy New Year to you and all the listeners out there. We appreciate everybody, and we're excited about the new year and where we're headed in 2021.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Meet Tommy. Tommy's not sure which sport he will play in high school someday. But no matter what he ends up choosing, playing sports in high school will help pave the way to a happier, healthier life. All Tommy needs to do is make up his mind. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. Pure launching pad for life.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
The Athletic Department wished to thank the following sponsors for their generous support of Union City Athletics. 3M Excavating, Botkin Trophies and Laser Engraving, the City of Union City, join the movement. Best Way Disposal, Cardinal Ethanol, Citizen State Bank, Double Z Home Improvement, Eco Vehicle Systems, Equus Consulting Group, Frank Miller Lumber Company, Hydrojet Signs Fabricating and Glass Components, Midwest Bankers Home Loan Expert, Derek Huntwork, Tree Hill Farms, real food made simple, Wiley Well Drilling, Woodcrest Lanes, the Smoke and Pin Barbecue, Didier Do-It-Best Home and Hardware, Kearns Brothers, the Union City Lions Club, Packasack, RL Painting and Manufacturing, Shuckney Electric Heating and Cooling. Now we take you to Union City Gymnasium courtside for tonight's broadcast.
Our boys bracket of the Randolph County tournament. This year, of course, COVID has made a schedule change and everything, so 3 teams in the county, many teams in the county are hosting their first tournament game because of COVID and contact tracing and quarantining and whatever you want to call it, the whole schmeal. So Union City gets to host the first game here. Normally it'd be at Monroe Central because they're the county host turn this year. As the Indians, boy, easy bucket by Reagan as he was nobody defending him. And Union City starts right out as they started in the first half, first quarter, with a bucket right away, 45-7, your score, 7:40, just underway in this first half. But Monroe Central is going to carry the championship games of boys and girls Saturday. And then next year, if that's the way the plan goes, is they will go ahead and award Monroe Central the county tourney again on the assumption, as Ellis spins around, still Ellis just cannot find the bucket. He's on all kinds of problems. Great play by Velasquez. He's having a great game. Velasquez is making his bid for all county honors with the game that he's having right now. Anyway, the bid, my understanding, might still continue to go for Monroe Central if we're back to a normal situation where we can have people in the stands and everybody together again. If that's the case, then I think that's great. But normally next year's interval would have been Union City. So that's how it works in Randolph County. Each kind of team takes turns. So this year's turn was Monroe Central. Of course, we're in what we're in. And that was kind that Monroe Central will be awarded the county tourney next year. Ellis takes a deep free three from the left side, no good. We've mentioned Ellis in the first half. He's the stud from the Rockets, leading the conference 33.7 per game. And at one point, I believe, was third in the state. But that average is going to plummet after this game unless Ellis can start getting something going on the offensive side. As Moat steals the ball and takes it right in for 2. 49-7. 42-point lead. As the Rockets, Ellis comes back up. He gives it back to Braden Adams. And Adams drives all the way up. No good. Couldn't find the bucket there. Great rebound by Noah Powers, but knocked out of his hand by Cantu. It'll still be Rocket ball. Ellis guarded again by Reagan. Stolen right away by Velasquez. Here's 2-on-1. Cantu. Nice little move by Cantu, but it wouldn't go in. But Velasquez is right there for the rebound. He puts it up and in. So great little move there by Cantu, but it didn't go in. He's got a big smile on his face down there. And Velasquez was there to pick up the garbage and put it in. Boy, Reagan, you got to give him a medal for being able to shut Ellis down the way he has, and Velasquez has drawn the assignment as well. They have been the 2 Indians that have been able to keep Champ Ellis in check. So that's what they're going to call the second on the aforementioned Ellis right now. So not really in foul trouble, but you just see the young man's just so frustrated. He's just trying to get something going for his team. And the Indians set up their offense. Velasquez, Moat, Cantu, Cowper, and Reagan all in. Oh, nice pass from Reagan. Well, I tell you what, Rockets are getting blindsided because their Indians are getting 2 easy buckets down low, and they just need to bring a defender down and maybe go back to man because Indians have 3 easy buckets here in this opening part of the third quarter. No contesting him whatsoever in the Union Rockets defense. Ellis trying to take a deep 3 again. Nothing but an air ball. Rylan Moat to Cantu. Cantu's going to take it to himself. Right hand up and lay up and in. 55-7. I can see the frustration on young Ellis's face right now. Kind of back, stolen away. Boy, he tried a behind the back dribble, and Velasquez was right there to pick his pocket. Oh, a little too late. Cowper's there to pick it up. Velasquez got a little too deep underneath the bucket, got blocked to the underside of the rim, but Cowper was there trailing, and he was there to pick up the stuff and put it up and in. So great bucket there by Cowper. They have a 50-point lead here, just starting into the third quarter in the early minutes. So going to be a long night for Union. It looks like that may be panned out because 50 points to make when you score 7.5. It's not going to be an easy assignment, but all their offense is Champ Ellis, and that senior's having a rough night here at the opening round of the county tournament because I think I still have him about 5 points now. Well under his average of 33.7. So I guess that's not so much of a concern now because the Indians, I was saying earlier in this first half, they come out to play. I was very impressed with the defensive play by the Indians. They really blanketed, if you will, the offensive players of Union. I'm looking down here to see what Byram, see if I can read some lips, seeing what he's saying to him. And the Union Rockets has just not had an answer. So this might be an easy night for the Indians. I don't have the bracket in front of me. I was going to try to get that in the half, but I believe they will play the Winchester. Union City will also play Winchester as well in the boys bracket. I'll have to check that. Don't hold me to that. As Velasquez guarding up. Adams, he tries to go to the bucket, no good. Cowper clears the boards. And here comes Rylan Moat. Yeah, the Indians, you just want to just take your time. Have some fun now. You got a 50-point lead. But still, I'm sure Coach Byram's going to make sure that they still run their offense. Cowper from the three, no good. I'll tell you what, that's a zip code Cowper's not familiar with out there. As Cantu's going to take a three. Cowper grabs a rebound. Nice block by Union Ellis on Cowper, but I think that might have been the first three I've ever seen Cowper attempt this year. Boy, Ellis is going to take a deep three, and it knocks in. So that's Ellis' second three-point field goal. 57-10 now, 3:56 left to go in the third quarter. Cantu. He's going to take a three. Looked good, but no good. Cowper was right in there to get the garbage, but nice play by number 22, Memphis McCaffrey. And I have to say, I was going to say this first half, Memphis McCaffrey just might be my favorite name in the county. Clay comes in, as well as LaFuse. Cowper and Cantu will come to the bench. Clay with those three fouls. That's the only Indian really in foul trouble. Clay picked three quick ones up in the first half. Reagan's going to take a three from the side where Cowper did. It doesn't get there, but LaFuse is right there getting his own rebound after a pushback didn't go up, and that one going up and in. Great bucket by Cameron LaFuse, and he's making an argument for being county, all-county team. Lots of basketball yet to play here. We got a couple more days. As Ellis is going to take a deep three as he laughs as Hunter got a block on it, and he goes up and in. So Reagan goes ahead and picks up the layup, but I don't know if you're Ellis. I don't know if you're Coach Carmody. You want somebody taking that deep of a three. Oh, Velasquez picking his pocket again. Boy, the Indians really are defending Ellis well as Velasquez goes in for an easy two there. And Coach Carmody, is he going to call timeout? He wants a 30. Yep, it'll be a 30-second by Coach Dan Carmody of the Union Rockets. I tell you what, I don't know what you tell your troops, man. I know Champ Ellis is doing everything he can to try to get Union Rockets on the board. And with that last shot Ellis took, it was almost beyond an NBA three. I think about a three-quarter shot there. But it was blocked by Reagan, and then Ellis had a nice smile on his face. So that's okay. I think Union might just do what they can to have fun. I can see Mr. Ellis down there got a smile on his face, so maybe just do what he can to play their best offense, but 63-10 with a quarter and a half to go. Tall order. I think there'd be a world record set if the Union Rockets could come back. So right now at this point, we've mentioned it before in broadcast, you just want to make sure none of the kids are hurt. You know, don't want any twisted knees or ankles with anything chippy or anything. Just play some good fundamental basketball and just try to play the best defense and offense you can on both sides. And, you know, when the timeout's out, we'll go home and everybody will get ready set for the next round. Nice attempt steal by LaFuse, but Ellis ends up with it. Rice with the ball now. Over to number 40, Champ Ellis again. He's going to step back and take one. No good, front of the rim. Nice strong rebound by Clay down there in the garbage, down there in the paint. Connor, LaFuse. And they're going to call him foul on the way up. So they're going to be, LaFuse is going to go to the line shooting 2. Fouls on number 22, Memphis McCaffrey. I get to say that again. I hope he can start scoring or fouling so I can say Memphis McCaffrey. First one of LaFuse goes in as Connor Walzer checks in for Ryland Moat. LaFuse the second one up, no good, but great play by Jude Connor with the rebound. Clay's going to take 1-0, hits the top of the backboard. Clay tried to take a 3 there. So Connor had checked into the game. He snuck in there, didn't see. So we have pretty much all the starters but Reagan on the bench for a breather. So that's probably a smart move by Coach Byram. Give him some rest and get some of these guys on the JV some minutes here in the county tourney. So Reagan will be your leader. From the left side, no good. Air ball. Clay comes up with it. Here comes the Indians. Oh, nice bounce pass in from Clay. Nice fake, but too much for Reagan to handle, but great notion by Clay on that move. Here comes Ellis. Again, they're just slowly bringing it up. Reagan, nice ball awareness. Getting his hands on there, interrupting Ellis's dribble. So hats off to Hunter Reagan, the senior, doing a great job on Champ Ellis. He's going to take another 3, and he's going to be fouled by Reagan, going to send Ellis to the line, shooting 3 shots. It didn't go in. I would almost, with this kind of lead, if I was Reagan, I would have backed off of him and let him try to hit it. That was a pretty deep 3. Make him earn that 33.7. But Reagan went up and got him on the arm. So let's see how Ellis does at the line here. In and out, no good. Shot number 2. No good. A little too strong, I think. He's hitting him off the back plate. As Anthony Velasquez checks in, Reagan's going to get a breather. So Velasquez would be your varsity leader with LaFuse and Clay. And Ellis is the only, when they call that a 2-point shot, was that 3? I thought that was well, okay, whatever. So it went in. 64-11. Connor Walls, nice pass from Walzer into LaFuse. What a play. That's something that would get the coach off the bench clapping. So great pass by Walzer. Ellis just bringing the ball up. Seems, threw an elbow out there to Walzer, no call. Turns around, gets nothing, got the left side of the backboard's all Ellis got on that one. Here comes Velasquez. He's going to take one from the right side 3, and he nails it. Boy, I tell you what, Anthony Velasquez has woken up here from the 3-point perimeter because he is shooting lights out every time he puts it up. So great job, having a great game as Velasquez. Here's Adams, guarded by Walzer and lost the ball. Clay ends up with it. Here comes Walzer looking up, got Velasquez on the side. Nice play by Champ Ellis to save the ball to get in. Got his hand on it, prevent an easy 3-point attempt by Velasquez. So good hustle by Champ Ellis of the Rockets. Angel Nieto getting ready to check in. LaFuse grabbing the upper part of his back gingerly. I tell you what, that's a pain if he pulled a muscle in that back trying to go for a rebound. That's hurt. I've done that before. That's painful. Right in an area where it really hurts breathing and everything. So he's trying to shake it off, but he must have done something down there because he's really favoring that mid-back section with his hands. And Connor called for traveling. So it's great. This is good quality minutes for these young JV players. Connor and Walzer, Nieto got a comfortable lead. So this is valuable minutes for somebody like these in the tournaments for next year. 69-11, under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Boy, they got 2 people. And, yep, Velasquez picks up a foul from Champ Ellis. A little reach in there. So that's Union City's third team foul.
His first third team foul.
Non-shooting foul. Nobody's in any kind of team foul trouble anyway. 3 team fouls for Union City, 2 to Union, so it's been a pretty clean third quarter as we're winding down here under 10 seconds, and they call number 4, Adams, for a travel. Here comes Connor. As in Walzer. To Jude Connor. Velasquez. Oh, nice block by Champ Ellis. Velasquez had the right idea, clock winding down, try to go in for a layup, but Champ Ellis got a nice hand on it to prevent that two-point bucket. So at the end of 3, it's the Union City Indians 69 and the Union Rockets 11. So, wow, 58-point lead by the Indians. So let's see what Coach Byram does in the fourth quarter here. Chances are I'd be willing to bet it's all JV kids from there. You want to rest your starters and everything. Make sure they don't want to be injured because they got to play another game. And we're going to send Can to the bench. I'm sure Coach Byram's going to make sure one varsity leader might be on the bench or on the floor to make sure he can lead these JV guys. Got Clay down there too. He's a senior leader. He'll be in there. But what a rough, long night for the Union Rockets. It's going to be a tough loss tonight unless they can turn something around in 8 minutes to compensate 58 points. So Union City most likely will. The way it's looking that they're going to advance into the next round. I tell you what, we mentioned in the first half, we're looking really forward to that Union City girls game against the Winchester Lady Falcons. That very well might decide the Randolph County Championship in Winchester tomorrow night, because the winner of that game will go on to play the winner of the Union Rocket Ladies and the Monroe Central Lady Golden Bears. And if my stats are correct, both of those teams are winless this year, and they're playing each other. So the winner of tomorrow night's ladies game will go on to play the winner of that game I just mentioned. And I don't want to be presumptive, but it's my opinion that tomorrow night's game between the Lady Falcons and Union City might just well be your county champion. Monroe Central, what a tough team they had last year, and all those graduating players and everything. So they're in a definite rebuilding mode here this year. Cantu reached in, going to get called for the foul as Ellis tries to go to the bucket.
Union City foul, number 14, Cantu.
I tell you what, as aggressive defense as Cantu plays, he picks up his first foul just inside the fourth quarter start. Here comes Jude Connor now. Pulls up. Got Walzer over. Here's Cantu. Cantu's going to pop a three. No good, front of the rim. Walls ends up with it. Clay now. Guarded by Adams. Back to Walzer. Walzer's going to take a deep three. He nails it. Connor Walzer, his first three from deep. It's a nice bucket for the young man. Boy, I tell you what, you got to like when those kind of guys are hitting in a varsity game like that. 72-11 your score. Here comes Ellis on the drive. And I think that's what they needed to do with the Union Rockets first time. Now Ellis is finally starting to drive the lane. He's picking up fouls. So he'll go to the line. I'm going to call that on Cantu again. Yep. Yeah. Ellis tried to dribble down the lane in a bunch of traffic, so somebody's bound to pick up a foul because they got a lot of Indians' hands trying to reach in there to get that ball out of Ellis's hand as Ellis hits his first one. So that could have been anybody's call, but Cantu gets awarded the foul. Ellis' second one, nothing but net. So 72-13 is your score. As Walls will bring a ball up with Nieto, Jude Connor, Hunter Clay, and Zarin Cantu. 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. Boy, Cantu's going to take a deep three again. Off the back plate, Clay with the board. Cantu again. I'll tell you what, back to Cantu. Cantu again for a three. Boom, nails it. So hold on to call timeout. I don't know why they kept giving it to Cantu. This might be something as far as scoring. Let's see what P announcer Rick Lacey said, because Cantu, they kept feeding it to Cantu almost like they wanted him to hit that three for a reason. So, well, maybe not, because they called a timeout, but I thought usually that's kind of when you congratulate a player that might have broken a record or something. So we'll see what happens. They're congratulating him down there or something.
Informed that last three-pointer by Zarin Cantu is a school record. It took him 3 shots, but Zarin Cantu, school record holder of the 3-point shot. Congratulations, Zarin.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Good job by Zarin Cantu. That's what I kind of suspected. They kept feeding it to Cantu, so I guess they wanted to get him in the record book. So Zarin Cantu, the senior, is now sole in possession of the 3-point record for the Union City High School. So good job there by the seniors. Had a great career his 4 years. Basketball definitely his favorite sport. And Cantu, I remember the young man was a freshman, and there's one shot, I don't know what team we played, but Cantu hit that shot to send us into overtime as a freshman, and it was one of those turnaround threes. So Cantu, a very important part of this Indian team. So 75-13 as LaFuse is going to check in for Coach Byram. And Cantu will come out, a round of applause, or what we can give a round of applause by the crowd. So congratulations, Cantu. I thought that's what was up. I was wondering why they stopped it, and they kept kicking it back to Cantu, and he kept popping it. He finally hit one on his third try, and that's the record breaker. And what a better place to do it on your home floor did Cantu. You know, those records are nice, but you want to try to do it for your home crowd, not on the opposing team.
Union City foul, number 24.
Yeah, let me bring Rick Lacey's PA back down. Boy, LaFuse is just really bothered with that back. I think he's asking to come out. Boy, that could be key. That could be a key injury for the rest of the county tournament for Coach Byram, because LaFuse has been just such an improved player and so important to this team. From what I've seen, he's just really grabbing some rebounds and scoring. His just general play has been improved from last year, and he's going to go talk to the trainer now, and he just looks like he is not comfortable. He's going to lay down. They're going to try to work on his back again. So it's something in that mid-back as we're talking, as Ellis is at the line here. He hits it again. But I got it my eye on there, and they're really working on LaFuse's back, and they're going to need him for the tournament. Velasquez, he's going to crank up a three. In and out, no good. Wall's right there for the rebound. Oh, gets his own rebound back to Jude. Connor tried to. Connor tries to fight for it. They're going to call it jump ball. And the ball will still remain the Indians. And I feel for you down there, LaFuse. I keep an eye on, see if he's going to be able to come back in. I think he's probably done. As Connor, they tried to get in, and Jude Connor just couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Champ Ellis. 75-14 your score, and Ellis loses the ball again. I tell you what, Velasquez has been nothing but a gnat flying around Ellis and being able to steal. As Velasquez takes it down, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. I tell you what, I guess early stats, you got to put Velasquez on that county team, all-county team consideration. That's for sure with the game he's had right now. And he'll go to the line, try to complete that three-point play. 6:21 left to go in this ball game. 77-14 has not been Union Rockets' night. And right out of the gate, Union City was menacing Champ Ellis at 33. We mentioned 33.7, leading scorer in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Pardon me. Yep. In the second place we mentioned was Ryan Hallett from Blue River. So that's a pretty good discrepancy there from first to second. But I know Mr. Ellis' average is going to sink as he tries to hit another one. No good. Gets his own rebound up, and good job by Ellis to get that one in there. Nieto, Clay. Boy, everybody wants into the three action. Clay takes a deep three. No good. Nice rebound by Velasquez. Connor Walzer dribbles it out. Anthony. Over to Clay. Here's Connor. Jude back to Clay. Connor's going to take a three from the left side. No good. He fell away from his shot. He should have followed his shot. He could have got the rebound, tried it again. Here comes Champ Ellis and the Rockets. Behind his back. Usually he's Champ tried to go behind his back as he sinks this one. Velasquez usually picked his pocket on that move. Every time Ellis tried to go behind his back, it looked like Velasquez was there. Not that time. So good bucket by Ellis, but this is a 60-point lead right now. As Velasquez sinks another three. Boy, it is Velasquez. A big smile on that young man's face. He knows he's having a heck of a game. And most of Velasquez, he's got some good inside shots, but most of him, I think that's his fifth three. Here's Ellis. I'm going to tell you what, it hasn't been an easy night for the senior from Union, because he's doing everything he can, and every time he dribbles down the lane, boy, they're collapsing on him, so it can't be easy for that young man to try to get up a shot when you got 3 or 4 guys on you. So hats off to Coach Byram and his defensive strategy in this game. Connor Walzer with a double dribble. 81-18. Boy, I wonder, can the Indians manage 19 more points and get 100? I don't even know what the scoring record is for Union City. That'd be neat to check out. See how many points has been scored in a single game. Because 81 points with 4:40 left to go at a high school contest in the fourth quarter. A lot of points at a high school level. Ellis going to take another deep three. No good. Tries to get his own rebound. Walzer ends up with it. Nice baseball pass to Walzer. Here's Anthony. Up and in. Good job by Velasquez. Great pass by Walzer on the outlet. So here's Braden Adams now, guarded by Walzer. Jude Connor collapses down. Here's Adams again, trying to get something going. Adams no good. Connor Walzer ends up with the rebound. Here come the Indians. They got the numbers. Jude Connors trying to get on the board. Oh, just not enough. A little bit of an air ball. Back out to Nieto. Nieto's going to take one from the top of the key. It's in and out. No good. Boy, everybody wants in the paper. Everybody's popping threes. Well, Ellis, that's a three-quarter shot. That wasn't even a three. That was I don't know what kind of three that was. That was way beyond. But he gives him a rebound. He ends up with the ball. 3:33 left to go. And nice hands by Walzer. He's got it all his loan unabated to the bucket. Finally, great block by number 44 Adams. But right there, Clay was right there to pick it up and put it up and in for the Indians. But great defensive play by Adams. Oh, nice play by Clay there, getting his hands on it. Looking up top, here's Connor Walzer. He's going to take it in on his own. There's a layup. 87-18, 3 minutes left to go. I'll tell you what, that 100 points isn't too far away. I wonder if that's what the Indians are going to go for there. Rylan Moak getting ready to check back in. Ooh, nice Clay again with those quick hands, but nice heads-up play by the Rockets. Number 22, McCaffrey. Yep, Memphis McCaffrey. Ellis, fadeaway three, no good. And Union gets the rebound. Number 32, up and in, Noah Powers with a bucket. You're going to call a substitution here? What do we got? Stopping the action? Yep, they're going to bring some players in. Nieto will pass into Connor, and Walls will bring up the ball. A 67-point lead by the Indians. Just not Union's night tonight. Clay's going to pop a three. Nice block by Ellis, getting there in time, but Rylan Moat's there to pick up the errant shot. Anthony makes him break his ankles, and Anthony, another three. Velasquez, it is all Velasquez this game, ladies and gentlemen. What a great game by Anthony Velasquez. I'll tell you what, I've never seen that young man hit as many threes in a game yet, and Union City is 10 points away from the century mark, 90-20, a 70-point lead. I don't know if you're Coach Carmody, how many think you want to hold on the ball and not to get the Indians another chance? It's a great turnaround field goal there by Ellis. But I think these Indians are rushing up the court. Yep. Coach Byram tells them to slow it down. I think that was their intention. They wanted to see if they get the century mark. So they're just going to kind of play keep away now. I think that's probably Coach Byram's strategy. So into Clay. Yep. And they're just going to keep away and let the clock go. Union's going to do the best they can, but I really don't know. I mean, this really isn't a game-winning situation. So just kind of prolonging the agony, I guess. But tough break for the Union Rockets tonight. Here's Velasquez, guarded by Adams. Coach Carmody, speaking to his troops, trying to pull them out to play defense on the Indians. Indians have no intention of scoring, it looks like. They just want to play keep away there. Here's Clay. Clay with an easy lane to the bucket. Dribbles it back out to Walls. Here's Anthony. No call foul, are you kidding me? No, that was a little push. I wonder if they're going to call that intentional. Adams pushed Velasquez to the ground.
Union foul on number 4, Braden Adams.
They're going to call block on Velasquez, but that's not a shooting foul, so they still have a couple fouls to give. That looked like a rough push to the floor there. Could have been called an intentional, but it wasn't. So we're back to action here. 21 seconds left to go as Rylan Moat brings it past the timeline. So Union can fire up the bus. It's been a tough night for the Rockets in this opening round here for the boys in the Union City tournament, or Randolph County tournament. Excuse me. But what can you say about Anthony Velasquez during this game? What a game that young man has had, hitting from around the perimeter unconsciously. And there's your game. The score, 90-22, a 68-point difference there. So the Union City will advance to the championship game. And that's going to be Saturday. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the setup. So this advances Union City to Saturday night. Here's what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. If the Lady Indians are able to beat the Winchester Falcons, both Union City teams will be in the championship at Monroe Central Saturday night. So we're looking excited to that. Hopefully that'll happen. And as I'm looking at Camden LaFuse just limping into the locker room. So I'll try to get a report on that because that's got to be a concerning injury to Coach Byram because he's going to need the talents of LaFuse in that championship game. So want to thank everybody for tuning in. One game tonight. That's it for me. Want to thank Austin Hummel, Jordan Walzer, Brandon Sizemore, Christian Cardona, and my man Colin Perry for the camera work. Thanks a lot down there to Phil Williams, of course, down in the control room at the station, helping out Hummel and Walls there on the switching. Want to thank everybody watching. So next up, it's going to be tomorrow night. The Union City Lady Indians will be on the road at the Winchester Fieldhouse, and that should be one of the featured games of the Randolph County. Look forward to it. Everybody have a great evening. Be safe, and God bless America. Let's get through this craziness, will we? Everybody have a great night.